Now, this is coming in from our source. We've not had much over the season, really. We had a lot at the end of last season and a lot over the summer. But as I say, this is coming in first and foremost from Fabrizio Romano, who says that Mainoo remains on Napoli's list, who are looking for a midfielder this January. Mainoo's move depends on Manchester United, who are unwilling to let him go at the moment. So effectively, probably what we basically know, Mainoo would like to go, Man United won't let him go, and there are clubs that want him. Further to that, what we understand, and I actually said this on Sunday night, that we're waiting on a big story in this international break. I actually thought there might be two again, like there was last year, but we haven't really had the one. The one I was expecting was a little bit more around what we're putting here now, around the Mainoo situation. It's coming to a head. Man United is starting to look to the summer and to January, hopefully, in relation to a midfielder, and this is the time to do it. This is the time where this is the last time people get off. We've got 10 games to play, and we're not even in Europe or the Carabao Cup. We've got 10 games to play basically by the start of January. So the schedule is intense. This 2 weeks is downtime for the board and everybody else to assess what they're going to do in January. But it's not just incomings, it's outgoings as well. Now, as you know, Zirkzee and Mainoo are not international duty. So this is a really key period for them to sit down and discuss with Manchester United what is happening. I expected that to come out this week. Maybe it'll come out next week. But what I can tell you is that from Mainoo's camp, they are very much at a point where they are just saying, let me go or play me. It's that simple. And I would argue that they have actually got every right to do that. And it might frustrate some people, but the reality is, and what I was told is that even if over the next 10 games, Man United are cruising, they're 3-0 up against Everton, and he brings Mainoo on for Bruno for the last half an hour, and then Man United are cruising against Wolves and Mainoo gets 45 minutes, is that really going to satisfy the itch of Mainoo, who wants to play football? You know, and he's not even getting that at the moment. He's not even getting the half an hour or the 45 minutes. So even if that did happen and the results go the way we think they can over the next 10 games, and Mainoo gets a little bit more game time, is he actually going to start? If he comes on for half an hour, will he start? Will he get a start? And that's the thing that people are missing here. This is basically start me or let me go. And I don't think he's going to start him, to be completely honest with you. So the ball is going to be in the club's court. But from Mainoo's situation, and obviously someone just said, what about Zirkzee? But we're talking about Mainoo. We're talking about midfield, because obviously if United let Mainoo go, they've got to replace him. And I think that's sort of where we are now. You know, who are the villains in this piece? Well, there isn't a villain. But who are the gatekeepers in this piece? It's Ruben Amorim and it's the board. If we want a midfielder in January, then Mainoo needs to go. And Mainoo does need to go for his own ability. So we're not even playing the game of, oh, it's sacrilege to let Kobbie go. He wants to go because he needs to play football. And Man United have basically got this period from today until January the 1st to use him or lose him. The question is, will they say you're not going? Which, as we've seen with Harry Amas at Sheffield Wednesday, the feedback is incredible. Like, I know a couple of Sheffield Wednesday fans, but you don't even need to look at it. They absolutely love him. The only problem they've got is that they're going to have to send him back. So that loan deal for him is absolutely incredible. Championship, by the way. I know Sheffield Wednesday probably will get relegated, but he's playing in the Championship every week on loan. They love him. It's doing really, really well. That's what a loan deal should be. So I think with Mainoo, I'd be very surprised if this doesn't come out in the next few days, that demand is there, like, play me or let me go. Because ultimately, if you don't let me go in January and you continue to pick Bruno and Casemiro, which you will, then you're basically sabotaging my career. And some people might say that's harsh. He's got a contract. His contract's crap, by the way. I don't want to add that in, but his contract is rubbish. He's on, like, I don't even want to speculate, but I think it's below 40 grand a week. So he's on crap money. He's in a bad situation to negotiate a new contract because he's not playing. He's not being picked and they won't let him go. So he's sort of in a situation, and also he's very rusty. I mean, Mainoo is like the bike that's been left out over the winter. You know, it's just, he is getting rustier and rustier by the day. So that conversation will be going on this week. And it's basically going to be Mainoo saying, look, either play me or let me go. Not in a demand way. It's almost like, Are you going to play me, or are you just going to keep me on the bench as a backup in case you have an injury crisis, which is not fair on me and it's not fair on my development at 20. So there are outs for Mainoo. There is Napoli, there is West Ham, there is lots of stuff, but it's ultimately going to come down to whether Manchester United want to do anything about it. But tell me he's wrong. I don't think he is wrong. I don't think he's wrong at all. I think you'd be a fool to sit there and go, I'm just going to wait for my chance. You're not going to get the chance. It's not going to happen. It has happened before. I've got to say, Harry Maguire at times has looked done, and then a couple of injuries at centre back, and he's back. But he's up against two people who don't seem to get injured. Casemiro, even if he got injured, he might go with Ugarte. He's up against Bruno. Amorim said it himself. He's up against Bruno, and Bruno never gets injured. So I personally think Bruno is going to stay here for the whole season and play every week. Mainoo isn't going to get picked. You loan Mainoo out, you bring somebody in like a Conor Gallagher or whatever, and happy days. Because if Bruno got injured, you could still play Casemiro Ugarte, Casemiro Gallagher. You could even put Mason Mount in there. There's things you can do. So look, I think United need to let Mainoo go, and then they can bring somebody else in. But we are still dealing with a club that's owned by the Glazers. And I'm pretty sure they'll sit there and go, so we spend a little bit of money and Mainoo can go, or we keep Mainoo and we don't spend any money. And also he's on really low wages. I mean, think about it from this point of view. And I think it is a very good point. You let Mainoo go to Napoli, Napoli will be like, thank you very much. We'll cover all of his wages, because, you know, it's not like Rashford going to Barcelona or Sancho going to Villa on 300 grand a week. We're probably, you know, I know Barcelona are covering off Rashford's wages, but we didn't get a loan fee. He's scoring goals, he's getting assists, and all they're doing is covering his wage because it's so bloody big. Mainoo goes to Napoli, they're not going to argue about anything. They're going to go, oh, what? He's on 30 grand a week. Yeah, we'll pay those wages. So what I'm saying is, if Man United went for Conor Gallagher and let Mainoo go, Mainoo's probably 40 grand a week. Conor Gallagher, 100 grand a week. So it's going to cost us to bring Conor Gallagher in, just on wages. So you can see why the Glazers might go, let's not let him go. Let's not let him go. So look, we'll have to wait and see. But logically for me, let me know your thoughts. I'm at the point now where I think at the end of August, it was sort of like, get your head down and work. We don't want you to go. I think now at the end of November or mid-November, it's like, you know, the situation has changed. He's not trusted. He's not getting minutes. He's getting worse by the game because he's not getting minutes. He needs game time. He's a Man United player. Get him out on loan. I'd actually be excited by Mainoo going on loan. I'd actually watch him play for Napoli. That's how much I rate the player and how interested I'd be to see if he can get back. If Mainoo went out on loan, I'd watch him. I'd watch him play because he's still our player. He's only 20. He's still got a future, but he needs bloody game time. You know, I wouldn't even be opposed to sending him on loan to a championship club. He probably wouldn't. He'd probably have a problem with that himself. But I don't know whether you're with me on that. I do feel like just get him out playing games. He's our player. You know, forget this bloody battle between Amorim and Mainoo and what the bloody hell's going on. I don't know. Get him out playing football. He needs to play football, and it's not going to happen at Man United. Simple.